everyone. Episode 24. That's right. Episode 24 of AfterNoonWave. Holy shit. Time goes by fast when you do something consistently. Woo. So what's going on, everyone? How are you guys doing? Oh, man. So, for those of you who don't know, I've been playing ESO, and that game is ridiculously addictive. Trolita knows what I'm talking about because she plays it too, and she's way, way more addicted than I am. But yeah, so I've been doing that in downtime, as well as Sir Antonio Gluck III Esquire, Elder Scrolls Online. It's the last hope and bastion for any kind of good content coming from the Bethesda team right now, because we all know that nothing good is coming from Bethesda currently. I mean, Fallout 76 was such a great game, so good. Still not free to play, so I still won't be playing it. Yup. So, been doing that in my downtime, and obviously trying to keep shit in line for this show. Figuring out what is good. Let me. It might be because it's set for there. Let me throw the Discord link. Someone. That should work. That's a fresh link, and so is the other one that I sent. I don't know what's going on with it. I just got kicked out of my own Discord. No, the link was broken apparently. But yeah, so if you guys want to join the Discord, there you go. If you want to send anything that potentially can be played on the show, drop it in prep bag. I check that regularly. The only person contributing to the prep bag lately has been Sicko. And, I mean, he's definitely finding some good stuff. We got some interesting things to talk about, as well as some things that aren't the Mueller report, because that's still, 6 days later, still the big thing. But, they're gonna sooner or later have to do a job that we elected them to do, and not just be up people's asses. The mayor of New York, the great de Blasio, such a good mayor. He's wanting to get rid of skyscrapers. He's going to get rid of skyscrapers, guys, because, New York has so much space to put things that they're going to move everything. That is a new link. I just copied and pasted it. Jesus Christ. It's on your end. I literally just got a new link. If you look at the link I sent you, it's different. That's literally from the invite people thing. Here, I'll do another since someone's shit is special needs. Look. Here, we'll try here. We'll try here for you. For everyone who's broken and having issues. There's another one. But yeah, so invitation settings are fine. Everyone else got in just fine. I think your Discord is just being poo-poo. But yeah, so de Blasio wants to get rid of skyscrapers because New York, like Los Angeles, has so much space to spread out into that all those people who live in skyscrapers can just up and move. You heard it here first. De Blasio is a fucking idiot. Nope, not I. Maybe someone else banned you. I don't know. No clue. I don't ban people here, man. I don't ban people here. Wait, hold on. What we got? I don't know. We'll deal with it after. Come on, man. You choose 5 minutes before the show starts to ask for a Discord link when you had 24 hours. I'm going to shove my foot up your ass. No. I don't know. One of the mods in there. Figure it out. I'm not dealing with that shit right now. But yeah, so de Blasio wants to get rid of skyscrapers. Cortez thinks that veterans are idiots. And, well, an actual veteran from the Mogadishu situation in 93 went on Tucker Carlson and had some thoughts for stupid-ass Ilhan Omar. Now, we'll jump into that first because we talked about the Black Hawk Down incident yesterday. And, well, yeah, a veteran of the actual incident spoke out. And I unfortunately did not know this, but she wasn't in the country at that time, so we could not have a Black Hawk Down into her big-ass head in Minecraft, unfortunately. She was already here. Maybe sometime soon. All right, let's jump into that. So unfortunately, I do have quite a few Tucker Carlson clips because, well, the only news that isn't about Robert Mueller and impeaching Trump, well, 'tis coming from Tucker Carlson because everyone else is trying to suck Mueller's dick.
The East African country of Somalia was rocked by civil war and subsequent famine. The U.S. sent troops there not to conquer land or steal resources, but purely to save lives. And we did that. We saved about 100,000 Somalis. That, by the way, was 1993, not 1992. I misremembered it. Seems like just yesterday.
Goddamn boomer.
But Somali American Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is not grateful for what the U.S. did on behalf of the country she was born in. No, she thinks American troops were the bad guys in that conflict. A couple of years ago, she responded on Twitter to a user who was remembering the 19 American troops killed during the Battle of Mogadishu. She wrote this, quote, "In his selective memory, he forgets to also mention the thousands of Somalis killed by American forces that day, exclamation point. Hashtag not today, Satan."
So, Kyle Lamb actually served in Mogadishu and was part of the Spec Ops team that went in there. And he has some thoughts for the biggest, best American in the world, Ilhan Omar, on her stupidity and continuing idiocracy.
Sergeant Major Kyle Lamb fought that day in the Battle of Mogadishu. He's the author of the book Leadership in the Shadows, and we're happy to have him tonight. Thanks very much for coming on tonight.
Thanks
Sergeant
for having
Major
me.
Lamb. When you read Ilhan Omar's remarks about the battle that you fought in, what's your response?
Well, normally it's humorous, but at this point, it's kind of disturbing because, I mean, first of all, she wasn't there. She'd already left the country. We were there, and I've never heard numbers quite that inflated. I mean, we wished we could have done that much damage, but that didn't happen as far as I know.
Oh, that beard goatee, whatever that is freaking legendary right there. I don't know if what would you call that? Someone referred to it as goatee. So Static Void referred to it as goatee. I think it's pretty much a beard with the sides chopped down, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
No.
Well, I guess what's so striking is, and the U.S. has done things I disagree with around the world, but in this case, it seemed like the mission was purely altruistic. We were only there to help. We didn't take Somalia. I mean, did you steal gold or natural resources when you were there?
No, we didn't do that. We were trying to take out a deed because...
Now, who would want Somalia? Come on, be honest with yourselves. No one wants that place. No one wants it.
He was a clan leader that had, the Habagetter clan had kind of taken over the town. They were taking the food, any of the aid that we were giving to Somalia, also weapons, and they're running drugs. Khat is a big drug over there. And he needed to be eliminated so that we could get peace back in that town. So we were actually there to help some of the lesser tribes or the lesser clans, such as her clan, which, you know, obviously they were already gone. But
so again, we couldn't have the Black Hawk Down into her physically in Minecraft because of that. Someone said in the chat, what self-hating white man elects Ilhan Omar? I don't think it was anything to do with that. I think it was more the fact that it was probably Somalis and the way Minnesota is. Sorry if you hear some beeping. They're back to working on the place next door, so hopefully that'll stop soon. But I think it has nothing to do with that. I think she probably primaried in. I would have to look into specifics about that, but she was probably another one of those primarying in stupid ass candidates, because there's no way in hell, if she wasn't coming out of a heavily Somali refugee area of Minnesota, that she would get elected, because the shit she goes on about and the shit she says, it's just it would piss off normal people. And Minnesota is bluish. It's not like California blue, you know?
Yeah, we were there to try to do the right thing. And you know, the other thing is, we didn't say, hey, let's pick out Somalia as a great place to go hang out.
Yeah,
the president at the time, President Clinton, said, this is where we're going, this is what the mission is, and our commander said, roger that, we can do it. And we all had signed on the line. That's why we serve. And you can make a difference when you go to those countries.
Does it strike you as odd that, and I don't want to pick on Ilhan Omar, but she's a member of Congress, and so her statements get a lot of attention. Here's someone who was brought to the United States at public expense simply because we're a kind country that accepts a lot of refugees. And rather than being grateful for that, she spent the rest of her life attacking this country. Why?
Well, as they would say down here in Tennessee, bless her heart. I mean, we want her to understand that she's living large now because of...
Uh-oh, guys. She's talking to Richard Spencer Jr., guys. I'm pretty sure that's little Richard Spencer talking next to her. Come on. But someone said, and I don't know how accurate this is, but someone said yesterday, I noticed it after I was just kind of thumbing through chat at the end, that she used to not rock the hijab as heavily before she got elected. Is that correct? Has anyone seen that? Or I'm just curious, for the simple fact that it'd be interesting if all of a sudden she starts, you know, rocking the hijab because she gets elected to office. Also, please like the stream, share it out there. Notifications are not going out right now, and if you could do that, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Of her family being able to escape the atrocities of Mogadishu, and yeah, it's very disturbing. We watched our friends get drugged through the streets by the people that she says are her people, and we got to watch that on TV once we'd exfilled from the crash site that I was at, and we got back to our hangar. That's what we got to watch. So, yeah, we take it personal when you attack us like that.
So apparently she told the Rolling Stone that in an actual interview herself. Wow. So why? Why the incessant need to... Are you fucking kidding me? I'm going to go out there and yell at those fucking faggots. Really? Really right now? You got to be pounding shit? Because no one lives here. No one has, you know, things or places. Fucking goofs.
Once again, it's not surprising to hear that. There's been kind of a long list of things she said that, I don't know if she meant them or not, but she continues to say them. So, yeah, I feel bad for her.
Yeah, I do too. What about the families of the Americans who were killed there? I mean, what do you think they think of this?
I haven't talked to any of the families, but it doesn't take her saying something to remind them of what they deal with every day.
Right.
Whenever they go to a baseball game and they hear the national anthem and they look at the flag, that dad's not there with his kids.
Yeah.
That's a story that not just from Somalia, but all the other conflicts that I've been in and that I haven't been in. That's the story of the soldiers. So that's what we deal with on a daily basis. And really, you know, we just want people to help us out when we get back, which is we need a mission. We need, you know, guys to get help if they have drug or alcohol issues, which sometimes can be prevalent in the military if guys are suffering with injuries that they try to continue to fight with. So we try to get them the help that we can. That's what we want to do. And
no, I'm going to be the guy who yells at them because they start at 7 in the morning and, well, or actually they started at 6 one morning and they make a god-awful amount of noise and some people sleep, you know, and we have noise ordinances in the city I'm in, and you're not allowed to do that kind of shit that early. Now, what happened is a new owner of the apartment complex next door decided to basically do a bunch of work to the place, even though some of it was just, it looks like shit. It looks like god-awful shit. And I have no fucking clue what they're doing right now because it's ridiculously loud. And you got to think you would think that you would try maybe to be a little, you're in a highly residential area with tons of people living around here. You might want to quiet down just a little bit. The banging and shit makes me want to I really want to leave the mic on and go scream off the balcony at these fucking goofs. I understand they're just doing a job, but I could still be an asshole. People are asshole to me when, you know, I used to work in the service industry and whatnot. Nigga, you want me to give you my social security too? I live in California. That's all everyone needs to know. Jesus Christ. Hey, my name is Adam G. Luck. My social security is 123456789. Go fuck yourself. Yes. Would you provide your address and everything else to us so we can you know, call the cops on you and other things? You know, we're not gonna fuck with you at all. No. But yeah. So as much as I'm just giving you a hard time, Dan, or why do I always call you Dan? I don't know why Fireman makes me think of Dan. But yeah, so pardon the noise, guys. If it's bothering or if it gets too loud, let me know and we'll fucking cut out early. Because it's going to be me yelling over it and trying to keep it from, you know, being obnoxiously loud for you guys. Fate of Kings made a parody. Now, it is transformative. I don't know if it's fair use. I guess we'll see. And I'll have to contest it if necessary. Because, well, YouTube apparently is getting to the extreme where if you have so many copyright claims, you can catch a demonetization.
You got a tattoo? Oh shit! What's it say? Oh shit! You got a tattoo too? Oh really? Yeah. Dude, what's it say? Oh sweet man. PayPal. Fuck me.
PayPal. Fuck me.
Yeah. Oh. Holy shit. Oh shit. We know you're hungry, AG. We just want to order you some pizzas. Yeah, right?
I have rabies. I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna blow your mind with my rabies. I got rabies in my dick and my yoga pants. I'm gonna blow your mind.
Well, what I'm worried about is the music. The music's more troublesome. For those of you guys who don't know, I actually wanted to bring it up today, and this actually talking about music and streams and stuff seems to be a good talking point to shift into something that creators
is enough.
Creators are running into. Now, what we're going to look at is a fellow YouTube creator, a very, very big YouTube creator at 3.1 million subscribers. Now, this goes to show the kind of shit. Yeah, because that's what you want, sicko. You want them to know where I live. I live... Oh, okay. I live in Compton now, guys, so you know. But yeah, so this is a, well, shitty situation that keeps being repeated and is getting fucking out of hand.
Is enough for... I can't believe this, guys. This is egregious. I have never, ever seen an example of something this egregious.
So he's Angry Joe, if you don't know. If you don't watch any kind of gaming reviews or anything, Angry Joe's been around for years. He decided to talk about a situation he ran into because of Content ID, copyright claims, and all the shenanigans and bullshit that YouTube is allowing.
Now, it is literally if you use a second of fucking song. If you use a second of a song, you're fucking claimed. It doesn't matter if it's playing incidentally in the background. It doesn't fucking matter, and let me show it to you. Here is the email that I got. It said, Borderlands 3 angry trailer reaction. I said, wait a minute. I didn't use any music in that, I guess, unless the music from the actual Borderlands 3 trailer is playing. But you know what? Video game companies get it. They don't.
Yeah, video game companies don't tend to strike. It's usually if you have any kind of music from the video game that's owned by someone else. Like when I did a few streams using Spider-Man, I had the music playing, and I got claimed for the music. He does literally match his chair. True.
They don't fucking claim shit like this. So it had to have been a song that was either in the trailer or maybe in a joke that I made. So I looked it up. It says SME. I said, God, these are the ultra assholes. There's nobody bigger assholes than these guys. And it said, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, Weem Away. And I said, wait a minute. I didn't use Weem Away.
So SME, Sony Music Entertainment, is notorious for it. So for those of you guys who don't know, I just actually found this out not too long ago. They have it where through the Content ID system, a company can put how much time they want to allow usage of their copyrighted material. So a lot will put 10 to 20 seconds because that tends to be the fair use range. So if you go beyond 20 or 30 seconds, you'll get hit. And the issue with that is now Sony Music is now putting theirs down to, I don't know, 0. Any usage at all. Doesn't matter if it's fair use. Doesn't matter if you're reviewing a song or anything. Now they're just claiming everything because they're greedy fucks. Not only because they're greedy fucks, but because no one is doing anything about it. Not YouTube, not anyone.
And then it hit me. A long time ago, it must have been 8 years ago, 6 or 8 years ago. I'm actually going to look it up. October 6, 2012. In October 6, 2012, I put out a joke where I used a wee to make a joke about how much guns they are and oh, they're so sexy. And I wanted to call back to that joke. So what did I do? I made a small reference to it. But
So, what'll be hilarious is if these fucking idiots try and claim my video for talking about how stupid they are. This isn't the first time recently. I believe Ethan Klein got claimed. I didn't know the other guy was Other Joe. Yes, Other Joe. I used to like Angry Joe until he's trying to play the middle ground on a lot of shit and even shifts to the left on certain things. He's an idiot, but nonetheless, he's a creator. He keeps running into bullshit that all the rest of us are running into, and this is extremely ridiculous.
I'm following the rules. I'm trying to play good soldier. I'm following the rules. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to play 30 seconds. I'm not going to play a minute or 30 seconds, the actual joke. I'm going to play the shortest, most hilariously short segment for comedic effect. Barely play it. That's the clip. That's the clip that got claimed. How long does it play for? Let's find out. It's funny that they can, and it's manually.
So, a manual detection means an employee either watches Joe or is going through people's content and claiming people's shit. This was not the automated system doing it. This was an actual human being manually claimed it.
Detected. Borderlands. Manually detected by an employee. I had to scan through this whole video because I could not find it. And I scanned multiple times. And I think I found it right. See, you can't even see where it is. Okay. 47.
So, you would think, okay, he used a minute. He used, in a 17-minute video, he used a minute, he used 30 seconds, something like that. Well, no.
Here you go. Take notes on this. Us as gamers, we go 451, 452, 453, 454, 455, 456. And then 457, it goes back to us. 4 seconds. 4 seconds!
See, this is the joke that I liked, where he just yells at the fucking stupidity of it. I'm going to mute because I don't know if it gets any louder. Sorry, I didn't realize it was that loud.
That is enough for a manual detection, which proves that I have fucking employees from music companies and movie companies that hawk my entire fucking video, that are vultures for my entire, react.
Fireman, you're going to make me pick on you, dude. You're going to make me pick on you because, one, it has nothing to do with a YouTube employee. I'm okay with people talking and saying whatever the hell they want about anyone. But if you don't know what you're talking about, don't talk about it. It's not a YouTube employee who manually detected it. That's not how it works. YouTube doesn't go through and manually detect copyright claims. That's the company, Sony Music Entertainment. 4 fucking seconds. 4 seconds snagged the video. All 17 minutes long. True. But 17-minute video, 4 seconds. This company just claimed all the revenue from that video. Now, let's say the video got a couple million views because he has 3.1 million subscribers. He does pretty well when it comes to his reviews of things or talking about big situation. 4 seconds is enough to take all of your revenue for that video. They literally are stealing from people. This is the stupidity of what YouTube is allowing. 4 seconds, and it was in fair use manner. Oh, nope. It's the same anonymous hobo. It's the same dick cheeses. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They might be laying concrete or something. I don't know, but at least they stopped banging on whatever the fuck they're banging on. Hopefully, they're done doing whatever they were doing. But yeah, so we could actually look if he actually showed the video. Border 3's angry trailer reaction. Let's see. Uh, 607,000 views. So you figure 600,000 views. I'm going to base it on toxic male clips. I'm going to guesstimate it, right? I'd probably say that video is probably like a $200, $300 video. Right there. Not counting any kind of... he also gets priority ads because he edits his shit for language and whatnot. So he accommodates the YouTube system in that regard. It seems like not much, but 600,000 views because it's just a reaction video for the trailer. If it was one of his reviews, probably a couple of mil. But the issue runs into the fact of this: 4 seconds can be used legally in the U.S. This company is filing a false DMCA claim. This is the kind of shit that big companies have been getting away with here on the YouTube platform for months. It's getting ridiculous. No, Dagestani, it's not that. It's just, certain things when people make assumptions about things, it makes an ass out of you and me, Let's all have a good time. If you're gonna chime in, make sure you know, because I will call it out. Just like I want you to call me out. If I'm wrong, call me out. I won't get mad about it. I appreciate when people tell me I'm wrong, especially when I'm actually wrong. But anyways, so Sony Music Entertainment is fucking notorious for this. Apparently, so is whoever fucking owns Sesame Street now. Jim Henson Company or whoever. I got a claim for playing 12 seconds, maybe less, of a meme video that had a clip of Sesame Street in it, and there was no sound playing. It wasn't the music or voices from Sesame Street. It was actually my intro, so there was synthwave, royalty-free music playing over the top of the image, and because it played in the background, I lost all revenue on said video. For me, that's not much because, my channel's small comparatively to tons of people's channels. But when you constantly are running into this, and now YouTube is making the stance of, we can decide to demonetize your channel if you have too many copyright claims. If you have too many copyright claims, YouTube can... does Sony even have a large presence? They're either stupid as hell and don't realize what they're doing, or greedy as fuck. Well, okay. I would call it stupid as hell if it was the content ID system, which is the AI system, grabs it, right? If the AI system grabs it, then it's stupidity. But this was an employee of Sony Music who claimed it for 4 seconds. Now, that's greed and stupidity. The more and more these people allow these stupid, fresh out of college social media managers and other stupid people to have interaction levels with their company and direct public, the more you're going to run into stupid shit like this. That's like Feld. Those of you who come from the ROTC community know exactly what this situation is. Well, now it's not. Joe didn't get striked. He just got claimed. But Feld struck the Revenge of the Cis guys for a completely transformative clip, and YouTube sided with them in the long run of things. Why? Because Feld's a bunch of fucking idiots, and they don't know what the hell they're doing. There's other companies out there like Sony Music Entertainment who's doing it for money. I guarantee you it's money related.
I put effort, time and effort, just seconds later over here to make my own fucking little claptrap parody little dude. I do 3D modeling. I hired out some modeling, modulated my voice, bought a voice modulator, supported a bunch of, indie FX things so that I could do cool little parodies. So no, I don't own that. SME owns all of this now because of 4 seconds of a weem away. It takes me 2 seconds to say a weem away. Is this video going to get claimed?
Is my video going to get claimed? I think the issue that needs to be shown here is that these companies are getting out of hand, and YouTube needs to do something about it. The more they allow these giant corporations to continuously fuck with smaller creators, and even a guy Joe's size, 3.1 million still isn't anything legally compared to you're gonna get Herman Cain me, fucking Dagestani. Isn't anything compared to a giant corporation with lawyers coming out of their ass.
Fuck you!
Ooh, that was. Let me turn this down so you guys don't get ear raped.
SME, fuck you! And fuck your goddamn employees that are fucking vulturing all over fucking YouTube for your stupid shit. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted to see? Angry Joe get angry? All right, well, you fucking did it. Because, and you know what's so funny about this? I'm actually going to the YouTube Summit. I'm probably like the last person they should pick to go to the YouTube Summit, but I guess maybe YouTube really does give a shit sometimes, but certainly not making a fucking difference. I went last year. They promised us that they would do this, and they would make sure that companies that abuse these systems would have fucking restrictions and consequences and punishments of their own.
See, I didn't know about that. When you're a bigger creator and you're friendly, family-ish friendly, and you're not in politics or drama, you get invited to these situations where you can interact with YouTube execs and people who manage the platform. And apparently YouTube has made stances to its creators that they would take action against companies like SME who take advantage of the copyright system. Have they? No. They haven't done shit. They should literally, if a company has X amount of false claims, they should be removed. And they should freaking not have any right to come and grab their shit. because they're obviously not capable of understanding what the legal ramifications of fair use is. And more people need to jump into this. He's Puerto Rican, by the way. More people need to jump into this and fight these claims. They need to fight claims.
If they're fucking abusing this, so I guess I can go in there with some real ammunition here at the end of fucking April into the beginning of May is when another YouTube summit, this year's YouTube summit is. I can't understand this. Use 4 seconds, 3 to 4 seconds of a song clip playing in the background, and that is grounds for them to fucking claim your entire video. Now, in YouTube's defense, I can then file a dispute, right? And then they will not earn revenue. It will take the ads off there, but that's it'll continue to play the ads, and then the money goes into a holding account, and then it will get awarded to whoever wins the fucking thing. So I can potentially win this back if I wait and I wait and I wait and I play a game of fucking chicken against SME. And then I force them to send me a document so that we can go to fucking court.
Well, that's the second stage. So first stage of a claim is you file basically saying that it's fair use, that and you explain why it's fair use. And I always drop the legal definition in there, and I tend to win most claims back. One of the first ones I haven't won back was the goddamn Sesame Street one. Now, you file the claim if they contest. Like, okay, so Sesame Street said, no, this doesn't dictate fair use. Well, if I claim again, if I basically counter them or push forward, if I'm wrong or my claim gets denied, and then it would have to go to the court. It would have to go to court, right? But I also catch a strike. I catch a copyright strike. And for a live streaming channel, I used to do heavy creative content. But then I can't stream here for, 90 days? I can't stream for 90 days.
High-powered lawyers and my nothing, and I have to play this game of chicken with them.
It's the lighting, by the way.
I guess, YouTube is... Well, at least they did that much, because a while ago it used to be that they would earn the money or nobody would earn the money, and you could just do this. So I do have at least that recourse, but I just wanted to share this.
But yeah, guys, so when we were talking about, certain things, I wanted to talk to you guys about it because other people are going through it. Yesterday, I had to counterclaim. I won my claim back on that stupid video where the couple's dancing around the apartment and they are it was that situation where they were running around and acting like idiots. To all the employees are lingering around watching Andrew Joe to nail him. He values himself very highly, too highly. I don't think that's the situation he was pointing out. It's just, are they, because they see their name. The title is "We Got Claimed by SME," and if they're running social alerts or any kind of things like that, they'll see this video. Hopefully, someone who's in control of the claiming situation and other things like that will see it and release the claim. But it's getting ridiculously out of hand. Someone else got hit by a heavy claim recently, and it was, I don't know, it was something small, 2-3 seconds. Oh, yesterday's video, my video got claimed by fucking ABC over playing a news clip and talking about said news clip. You know what Fox News doesn't do? They don't do that shit. They don't go in and claim people's shit. So, let's move on. Let's move on to our good friend, Bernie Sanders, the stupid idiot, who, says that we should let felons vote, guys. And I'm not talking about people out of prison. I'm talking about people in prison. Because nothing says America and Democrats like letting felons vote.
Piers Morgan is editor-at-large at dailymail.com, and he joins us tonight. Piers, thanks a lot for coming on. So without mocking this, I mean, let's just take it seriously for a second. The idea that people currently behind bars who have not completed their sentences but are serving them should be allowed to choose our leaders. Is this a good idea?
You know, Tucker, I was watching.
Yeah, let's let them vote, Dagestani, because then the country will have, you know, we know what percentage of what makes up the populace of prisons, correct? Because that's all we need is more Democratic bullshit. That's what we know. I hate Piers Morgan too, but he's slightly growing on me occasionally when he comes on Fox News. I mean, he's a fucking idiot, but
Watching the CNN town hall when Bernie Sanders said what he said about the Boston Marathon bomber, and I literally spat my drink out. And it was a nice glass of red wine, so it was a senseless waste of good alcohol. But I spat it out because I couldn't really believe what I was hearing. This is a guy, front runner, as you said, to be the potential nominee for the Democratic Party to beat Donald Trump. That's their plan. That's what they want to do. And their main selling point right now in a CNN town hall is that they want the Boston Marathon bomber to be able to vote while he's in prison, while he's on death row. And whilst you say don't mock it, how can we not mock it? This is the stuff of utter lunacy.
yes, that's correct. Even the Boston Marathon bomber should be allowed to vote, guys. Even him. What's going on, Green Line? Yes, let's let people who don't give a shit about life, don't give a shit about humans, let's let them vote. Because that, by far, guys, is one of the best decisions of all times. Let the fucking Looney Tunes and the idiots who are in prison for murder, mayhem, all kinds of fun shit, let them vote. I'm going to step away for a quick second, grab a refill on my coffee, and I will be right back. I'm going to continue to play this because you know what? Fox News doesn't strike down fucking people's channels, unlike fucking ABC, fucking greedy-ass Disney.
And it's the kind of stuff that I think, I've been watching the show for a long time, this kind of invasion of woke thought, which is now really sending people nuts, I think is now being extended to areas like the penal system. And they're looking at this and saying, yeah, that makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense that rapists, pedophiles, terrorists, people guilty of treason, mass murderers, serial killers, they should all have the right to vote. That is the most important thing. Here's what I would ask them. And there's an irony in me putting this question, Tucker, which you will immediately understand. But if you ask the very same Democratic candidates who support this, who want the right to vote to exist for felons,
I know what this
ask
is
them
gonna
how
be.
they would feel about the right to own or buy a gun.
Exactly. That's
now,
exactly
I
right.
would love it as somebody who has a view that is completely different to you about gun control.
Right. No,
I would
that's
love
right.
it if felons were all, treated as they are and not allowed to have guns. They're not. It's very difficult for any felon in America to come out if they have more than a one-year sentence and own or buy a gun.
That's
I'm
correct.
pleased about that, right? But that is, according to the Democrats and their position on this, logically speaking, that is an infringement on their constitutional rights. So why aren't they campaigning at the same time for felons to have the constitutional right to own and buy a gun?
So what they're saying is, we don't trust you to go deer hunting, but we want you to choose our leaders, our next president. So what they're really saying is, we don't care at all about anything. We're nihilists. All we want is power. And if we see a reservoir of potential voters, we're gonna tap that reservoir.
And you touched on, I think, another issue here, a very serious one, which is look at the voting intentions of some of what these felons would presumably be having. So say you're a convicted mass rapist. You've raped 20 women. Well, how are you going to cast your vote if you're allowed to vote? It's not going to be for anyone who is promoting the safety of women, is it?
Of course.
So there is a direct consequence, a direct electoral voting consequence in allowing serious offenders to vote. I would extend it to I wouldn't allow any felons to vote at all while they're in prison. They're not allowed to walk out free into the street. So just don't let anybody have a vote while they're in. That's what punishment's supposed to be about. You lose your rights to a normal life. But I would also extend it to, certainly for anything over the most tiny, minuscule offences, I would say, look, you can come out and we're going to watch you for 5 years. And we're going to see if you're genuinely rehabilitated. If you don't reoffend in those 5 years, as sadly many felons do, if you don't reoffend, then we'll look at you, and if we perceive you not to be a threat to society, not to be a potential reoffender, then we may consider restoring your right to vote in this country. But I certainly wouldn't ever extend it to anyone guilty of any major serious offence, whether they're in prison or whether they get let out later on. Because to me, at some point, there has to be genuine punishment for serious offences.
But
if
also,
you blow up a marathon of young kids, you don't get to vote.
We want a country that's well run. I mean, that really is the enfranchisement of everyone is a goal, but the real goal, the overarching goal, is a peaceful, placid, non-corrupt, prosperous, well-run country.
And people who commit felonies at the levels that they're talking about, pedophiles, murders, rapists, mass murderers, serial killers, etc., do not and should not have that right. I'm sorry. You made the stupidest decisions in life. You think the rest of us should have to live with your decisions? And you have any kind of impact on us? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay?
Right? So why would you ever
and there's an irony, Tucker, isn't there? The same.
Yes, in Dagestani, I will send you over that drive once you prove that you're going to sell them and we can split the profits.
Same Democrats are screaming every single second of every day about Trump and collusion. He's a criminal. He obstructed justice. We can't have a criminal running the country. And yet, at the same time, they're campaigning for every criminal in the country to have the right to vote for a president. I mean, again,
as much as I hate Piers Morgan, that is extreme irony. Frozen. $100 for my nudes. Frozen's going to send them out to you because he has them. That seems to be extremely idiotic. Now, Sicko can attest to this. There's a very interesting fellow who follows Sicko on Facebook. Now, this guy is a fucking leftist dumbass to the extremes of last week he was arguing about Flint and how giving money to Notre Dame, we should be giving money to Flint and all this other stupid shit. All right? He also runs the argument of if you say something nasty or mean-spirited or even what the left would call hateful, that you should report it because hate speech. Well, this same fucking retard will go on for hours about this shit. But all he does is talk CNN talking points. It's the same fucking shit. How about a case-by-case basis? I mean, if some dumbass got a felony. No. I mean, like, tier 1 felonies, right? I'm talking, like, the hardcore felonies. I don't mean the felons for, I don't know, fucking stupid shit. You can get a felony for driving too fast in your car. Like, that kind of shit, don't take away your voting rights for it. Yeah, violent. There we go. Thank you, Jaeger Panda. Violent felons should have no impact on our country besides their fucking shitty actions that they went to prison for. Like that fuckbag that fucking stupid ass Kim Fox let off. That motherfucker should not be allowed to vote. Now, I hate to agree with Piers Morgan, but the Democrats are backing themselves into this position of we need to let criminals vote, but we don't want a criminal president because we're going to make up shit and call him a criminal. We should open our borders, but we don't want them in our cities. We should do all of this stupid shit. Oh, let's take $93 trillion and put into place this Green New Deal. No. That's not stupid. And this guy, who I referenced just shortly ago, doesn't see how his own party, his own progressive faggotry, is backing them into these corners. He thinks that Trump will be out of office in 2020. I hate to tell him and these others who just can't see it, if your party is running on things like this, if your party is talking about things like this, all you're going to do is make moderate go further to the right. I was a moderate Democrat for quite a long time. Was I indoctrinated in college? No, because I went to college in the day and age where not everything was about gender bullshit and fucking turning kids and Utah professors proclaiming shit in their classes. No, I went to school when you learned. Now, you keep pushing yourself into this corner and you think you're going to win in 2020 on what? On what? We need to open our borders. We need to let felons and criminals sitting in prison vote. We need to get Trump out of office because he obstructed justice and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's... Ooh. And you're correct, Zen Rhino. If this continues to go the way it is and they keep pushing these stupid things, 2024 ain't going to look good for him either. I think it'll be one of the first times in history of our country where you go a two-term president to another president in the same party. I think 2024 will look very, very similar. And even if Ocasio-Cortez runs in 2024, I think she can run in 2024. I'm not positive. Actually, hold on. If she's 29 now or 28, I don't know how old that fucking dumb bitch is. But if she's 28 or 29, she probably... 5 years away? Can't run, thank God. But even if that's the case, the Republicans will put up someone who will win out against these stupid push further to the left.
Again, this is full of ludicrous irony. So when you say to me, Piers, I don't want you to mock this, I'm finding that instruction very difficult, Mr. Carlson.
But so, I mean, you'd have to think if you're the Democrats and all you care about is taking power, seizing it back from the Trump administration, that you would have thought this through. There's some very smart people on the Democratic side, some pretty ruthless players. Nothing they've been talking about for the past 2 months has broad or even majority appeal in this country. They're losing the election already. Why are they doing this? What is happening here?
I think they're on a political suicide mission, and I've said this for quite some time.
Like Ilhan Omar and her... brother husband, huh? Get it? Get it? Suicide bombers. Get it, guys? Get it? 9/11 was done by some peoples.
I felt with the Mueller collusion obsession, which many of the mainstream media have had, which many Democrats have had, which all the usual suspect Democrat supporting liberal celebrities have had, that this collusion obsession, if it turned out, as it has, that Mueller found there was no collusion, then that would actually act as one of the great voting bonuses for Donald Trump imaginable. It was 2 years of the establishment and the media and celebrities trying to depose him as president on a basically fake news story that he colluded with the Russians. And so here we are. We're now, 18 months from an election. And the Democrats, rather than just take their punishment on the Mueller report and say, you know what, there wasn't collusion. Mueller, our knight in shining armor, has concluded that, so we need to move on and try and get behind a candidate who has a positive, brilliant...
Oh, hold on. at the bottom line, Kamala Harris on voting rights for terrorists. We should have a conversation on that. All right, we honestly live in clown world. The left, the people that are on the further left are just dumb. Yes, honk. Let's get some honks in the chat for how stupid this is getting. It's getting to the extreme where it's just it feels like it's a meme. It feels like they are a living fucking meme. Now, they get mad at memes, and they get mad when you make memes about them. But they're the ones who put themselves in the position of becoming a meme. They are a living and breathing fucking meme. Let's let terrorists vote. How about we take away your right to vote, you fucking idiot? Now, someone said Cortez will get primaried out. Pelosi won't let it happen. Well, here's the bummer. And she's making headlines. She could try and run against someone for a Senate level position out of New York, because she has that whole fucking appeal of, I don't even know what the appeal is, stupidity. And it seems like these blue states are, and mine included, are really wanting to put stupid people forward. God only knows if she doesn't get reelected in 2022, if there's a seat open or a seat she can contest for in the Senate. Who knows?
Idea and vision for the country, which they can offer up against Trump, who they see as their nemesis. Instead, you have all these candidates last night, led by Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, who's a lawyer, for goodness sake, all...
Does the Senate have an age requirement? I'm not positive on that. I don't know if the Senate has an age requirement. I truly do not know. I could be mistaken. Anyone watching over on DLive, thank you for hanging out and watching over there as well. And to everyone on this side, well, YouTube is Clown World. And, you know, if you know, please let me know, because I don't know.
Basically now standing there saying, here's a great idea to win over middle America, the heartland that Donald Trump got away from us in that last election. We're going to really campaign that the Boston Marathon bomber should be allowed to vote. Right, what part of that?
Well, there you go. 25 to be a senator. Apparently, she's old enough to be a senator. Now, could she beat out someone? People say Gillibrand. But who knows? I honestly don't know if she could beat out old Chucky, Big Nose, triple parentheses. But she could run in that if she gets dethroned by Pelosi.
Does not scream to the Democratic leadership. This is madness.
I know.
This is a way to get Trump reelected. Maybe they're all sleeper cells, Tucker.
I'm starting to think that. I'm
Republicans
starting
in
to think
disguise.
that. Tsarnaev should be voting, presumably for them? It's unbelievable. Piers Morgan, thank you.
Yes, guys. We're going to start sending in voting ballots, absentee ballots, of course, because they're not able to vote in their local area, to prisoners. We're going to send voting ballots to prisoners. Alrighty. Because, well, they should have the right to vote, guys. You know, Boston bomber, who's an actual terrorist. Some person did something kind of terrorist. Yeah, let's let Dennis Rader vote. I don't know, what other serial killers are still in prison? Majors, still hanging out and alive, you know. Manson's gone. So let's Constitution reads, no person shall be a senator who shall not have a trained. But maybe representative. Yeah. Let me look it up. Okay. U.S. Senator.
Boy.
Perfect timing. Thank you for that.
FNG here. Dig the show. Keep it up, man.
Thanks. Thank you very much. So anyone who does not know, you can play media at $5. So if you want to play media, there you go. Yes, to be a senator, a person must be age 30 or over, and to be a representative, a person must be 25. This is specified in the U.S. Constitution. Most states in the U.S. also have age requirements for governor, state senator, and state representative. So she could run in 2022. She would be old enough to run in 2022. Now, would she win? Who knows? If she gets fucking, I don't know, ousted by her own party in New York for a representative, potentially she could run. All I know is let her keep her representative seat. She can have it. Keep her away from the Senate. Keep her away from fucking lots and lots of things, because you can't let little kids get scissors in their hands because they tend to stab themselves, and she's a fucking child. You want to keep her away from those things, guys. We can't have Cortez touching adult things. So be careful with what you wish for. She isn't up for re-election until 2024. However, she could wait. She could wait it out. She could lose her representative. She could keep being involved and doing stuff like that and get her, I don't know, celebrity up and get more people in New York to find. Enough with the long comments. You're really testing my ADHD. Static Void's ADHD is going crazy right now, hobo. Jesus Christ, man. Why do you type so much? You should short punch everything. I don't care if you spurg, man. Send long sentences all you want. It's all good, man. It's all good. Now, we were going to take a look at a fellow New Yorker who, like I said in the beginning, wants to get rid of skyscrapers. Yes, de Blasio, Mr. Head in his ass, wants to get rid of skyscrapers. Because there's so much land in New York and so much space for people in New York. No, this girl's goofy as shit. But
why? I don't know. For some reason, I still love it. Even though it gets more annoying every day, living among people whose hypocrisy seems to know no bounds. And nowhere is that more obvious than our very own king of hypocrisy, Mayor de Blasio. He recently went on MSNBC because he's pretending to run for president, which is hilarious, because New Yorkers don't even like him. And I'm talking bona fide Democrats I know. And he was talking about the environment and how he's making the Green New Deal come alive here in New York. And in the interview, he actually said that he's going to ban glass and steel skyscrapers because...
Yes, that's correct, guys. You heard it. On an interview with MSNBC about the Green New Deal, the mayor of New York City is going to ban glass and steel skyscrapers. He wants us to go back to mud huts and live frugally like New York is Africa.
Because they are energy inefficient. That's ridiculous for many reasons. First, it's not going to happen. He just made that crap up as he was talking. And then he threatened existing skyscraper owners that they better clean up their act or else pay a big fine.
Okay. That's stupid. We're going to get to that. But you work for RT. You work for RT. Yet you're recording this in front of a green screen. Got it. Cool. Sounds amazing. You're using a lav mic. Cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. But you can't afford soundproofing and you work for RT. You can't afford something to stop the echo? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Throw up some goddamn blankets against the wall. Oh, smash for sure. Just to shut her mouth because her echo and her voice is just not my cup of tea. These companies that do not put effort into their content just fucking baffles me. It fucking baffles me.
But he gave them until 2030 to do that. So he's giving them more than a decade to continue being energy inefficient. But even if he did ban glass and steel skyscrapers from being built and get tough on current ones, it is ludicrous for him to act like that would make New York the Garden of Eden.
Why? Why do all these mayors of these cities like, I don't know, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, act like, well, we're going to make changes in our cities to be the leaders on this issue. Well, we're going to worry about the Green New Deal. And we're okay with people shitting in the streets of San Francisco. You know why? Because it's just compost, guys. Human feces is just compost. And India, that next superpower within the next, 4 years, they shit in the streets. They shit in the streets, guys. No worries. The normal everyday Joe who needs to walk down the road, if he steps in a little human feces, no big deal. New York. You guys, we got to get rid of these skyscrapers, which are iconic to our state, our city. Because of the Green New Deal and because we have this dumb bitch, AOC, who keeps talking about it. Take a poo in the loo. Yes. We need to take that song and put it on blast in San Francisco. I think that would work. I even went to school in the Bay Area. And you know what was nice about the Bay Area back in the early 2000s? There wasn't shit on the streets. There wasn't needles on the streets. And as Starbucks is doing, they didn't need needle boxes. And other things. No. They didn't need any of those things. You know why? Because it wasn't a shithole. It didn't become a sanctuary city until well after I graduated college. It was all right. It was nice. It was a very nice part of our state. Now what is it? Oh, it's a shithole. A literal shithole. And I'm not saying that because it's an, horrible place or because of immigrants or anything like that. Well, that's part of it. But it's a shithole because there's shit all over the streets. California, you are turning into India. Climate change is causing it. Oh no, burn all the factories. No. Yeah, and that was another argument, fucking retardo from Facebook who is obsessed with Sicko. Like the dude wants to suck his dick. Went on about is that...
Boy.
They're planning on rebuilding Notre Dame with silly African art.
No. What? Let's see that. Hold on. God damn it, Bobby. the fuck? The fuck was that? That just hurt my brain. That just hurt my brain. So let's get through this. We'll jump over to that video that Kevin sent us. Ooh, let's see.
Especially when you consider a few of his other moves. For instance, he started a ferry project. Now, don't get me wrong, I love taking the ferry because they serve wine and you can sit on a boat drinking wine for a few bucks. And who doesn't love that? Well, actually,
You're an alcoholic, bitch.
I'll tell you who doesn't. Mother Nature. Because those boats are ridiculously energy inefficient. They carry fewer passengers in a whole year than the subway carries in a day, all while dumping diesel fuel into New York's already gross brown water. This is one of his initiatives. If he really wanted to Green New Deal up the city,
Ooh. Well, that looks classy. And, you know, the booze cruise, that was cool and all, but, you know, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why? Why do you need ferries?
he should start by banning Amazon deliveries. He should start by forcing New Yorkers to eat food grown around them instead of importing foods flown or shipped from all over the world.
That's a bad argument because, well, there's not a lot that's grown around them. Yes, upper state New York, they do have some farms and cows and stuff, but it's not as prevalent as other places that grow food. Can't grow certain foods in that climate. Now, I mean, you want to limit people on that regard, it's never going to work. Sorry.
Or not allow rich people to helicopter in and out whenever they please. There are millions more things New York needs to do to clean up its act. And I get that it takes a lot of little...
Okay. Now they're putting in the spin of what ifs. Okay. I'm going to try to be fast about this because that music is god-awful and annoying.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Why are you so loud? All right. What are we watching?
Absolutely amazing to be back on the motherland. Thanks to every single person that showed me such an amazing time in the UK. And, you know,
What the fuck is this? The motherland?
what are you
making
with
me
me.
watch?
I learned so much. A lot of my, and special shout out to Sister Shed, all PayPal supporters, because you really made it possible for me to document news coming out of Guinea. The president of Guinea has actually donated 2 million euros to the Notre Dame reconstruction efforts or reconstruction fund. Now, this has left an extremely bitter taste in Africans' mouths, not just in his...
There's no taste in their mouths because that's all their food money. Oh, well, that's their food money for the last year. Sorry, guys.
His country, but across the continent and across the world, because he is one of the nations that actually did not support, Mozambique, Malawi, and...
Okay, cool. So apparently now they're trying to... let's dive into this. Keisha, come on, just tell me what happened.
But no one believes me. And a lot of people from Ghana have got serious feelings when I talk about Akufo-Addo and how Akufo-Addo, I'm telling you, you guys will ultimately be disappointed. I hate to be, the back to the French fire, which would have been, middle of...
Well, either way, apparently because Ghana donated $2 million to help with the rebuilding of Notre Dame, or Guinea. Sorry, not Ghana, Guinea. Apparently, now they're going to bring in some art and some stuff from Africa. Well, that makes sense. I don't fucking know. What the fuck? Is that Coolio? Oh, Jesus Christ. Cram. I still hold the property, though. That's the one thing that I have. You should have fucked him up when you had the chance. Yeah. I'll just do what always gets done. I challenge you to a fight, bro. YouTube fight. YouTube battle, guys. Ooh. Macho Man's coming for you. Yeah. Anyways, Coolio here is telling us about how Guinea. Why? No, do not. Macron, do not. Build it exactly the way it was. Notre Dame will never, ever be a mud hut. Okay? We don't want it to be a mud hut. That's just not, it's not realistic. Okay? Got it? Okay? Anyways, enough of the president of a starving third world country, I don't know, giving away a shit ton of money. I respect that he wants to help. That's awesome. But maybe don't donate the country's money. I mean, if it's his own money, so be it. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with it. Alrighty. We're going to take a look at a Utah professor. I did not hear about this until I watched Mediker's stream the other day. A Utah professor in front of his class, well, his class was an economics class, guys.
Now you're banned. And it's a ban.
Thanks for following over on
Well, now you're banned.
His own money is the country's money. Yeah, exactly. It's Frozen. It's good to see Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black getting into some serious roles. Notre Dame, 200 years of European culture and heritage. Let's put some Congo bongos and palm trees in. You guys are fucked up, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ, you guys. So, I'm going to play this. I'm going to step away real quick. I want you to hear this. Frozen should run for office in Canada because he's not an American. He would probably unseat Trudeau. I think you could unseat Trudeau. One, you have the minority thing going on, okay? Put a picture of buckwheat on the screen. Hold on, let's see. Buckwheat. We going like old buckwheat or the new buckwheat? Oh, it's gonna send me actual buckwheat. All right. Little? I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of accurate, man. It's kind of accurate. But yeah, so you have a little bit of context. A Utah professor who teaches economics, okay? That's all you need to know. I'm going to go right there. We'll start right there. I'm going to step away and have a smoke. And since Mediker is really good about fair use, we're just going to play this. I'll be right back.
I want to set the stage before we jump into it, okay? I want you to imagine you're a college student. You're a young college student, 18, 19 years old. It's your first year. You need to take an economics class, a 100 course. So you sign up. It's the fundamental class. It's what's going to teach you all the terms you're going to need for your degree later on in life. You've spent the money. You've bought the books. You're shitting bricks because it's macroeconomics and it's going to have all these fucking terms you don't want to have to learn. And so you're sitting in class and your professor comes in. That's the stage. That's a mindset I want you to be in, chat, as we take a look at this fucking amazing story. Okay, here we go. It's from KSL, a local news outlet. Here we go. This is so fucking amazing to me. Did a Utah professor confess to viewing child pornography to his class? A Utah Valley University professor is under criminal investigation after court documents indicate he admitted to students that he had looked at child pornography and then apologized to his students. On December 3rd, the 42-year-old part-time adjunct economics professor at UVU was lecturing students on macroeconomics when he suddenly confessed to his class about his child pornography addiction. The class, which was also being streamed, was recorded on a thumb drive and presented to the police department, which then contacted the Department of Homeland Security. On December 4th, the professor was confronted about his in-class confession by the Equal Opportunity Affirmative Action Department director, and he tendered his resignation. Investigators reviewing the recorded classroom lecture noted that about 90 minutes into the class, he ceases discussion on the subject matter related to macroeconomics and begins to discuss with his students about taking them on a spiritual journey. It was during this portion of the video that he makes statements about his involvement with viewing child pornographic materials. Tonight, I'm going to beg your pardon to share my filth with you. How do you react to that? Sitting in class, your professor says, okay, students, close your books. We've learned enough mathematics today. I'm going to share my filth with you. The very worst thing that I can share with you is the fact that I have seen youth, beautiful, wonderful children of this earth, in compromising positions and sexual positions. If we are talking about a line in the sand, then we are taking it south of an area that we shouldn't be. I'm sorry, but I've seen that. While continuing to apologize, the professor stressed to the class that he had not touched anyone inappropriately and does not keep a library of pornographic images, except what's in his head, the affidavit states. If you're a human being who I saw, I am not sorry that I saw you, as terrible as that sounds. I'm sorry that I looked at you in that way. I'm sorry that I chose to look at you in that way, he told the class. What I saw was not art. Let me be very clear. It's embarrassing. I'm ashamed and I apologize.
What the fuck comes over a person who brings that up in a macroeconomics class, not a philosophy class, not anything where you might bring that up, but you're a macroeconomics teacher and you bring up viewing child porn. How fucked do you have to be mentally to do that? College confessions, exactly. Granted, I'm glad this fucking sicko did this. Why? Because the sicko, he gonna be sitting in the prison cell because this was streamed. Probably to students who were taking the course online.
And I will live with it. This is all going down 90 minutes into his lecture about macroeconomics at a college university. Just stops the class to take them on a spiritual journey in child pornography. Investigators noted in their warrant that several students filed complaints, no shit, due to the graphic nature of his classroom confession to viewing child pornographic materials.
Well, I would hope that the kids would take offense to the fact that, not that it's shocking, not that it's weird, but to the simple matter of the fact that a motherfucker just admitted, as a college professor who influences young people's minds. These are 18-year-olds, by the way, because it's an intro course. These are fresh to school college kids who just were kids themselves, 6, 8, 1 year ago? Maybe not even all of them are of legal consenting age. He's talking about viewing child porn. What the fuck?
He started talking about how he had never inappropriately touched a child. And in a roundabout way, he talked about what I'm guessing is his pornography addiction. I don't think I actually heard him say pornography, wrote one student. No one really understood what he was getting at. After that, he said he was going to take us on a spiritual journey. And that is when I decided to leave class.
Yes, someone please. Yes, that is a great... Honk Hill has a great point there. Someone should take that clip. I'll drop the link to the video because it's already pre-clipped out for you. And you should drop Usher's These Are My Confessions over the top. Oh, they knew what he was getting at. But he made it a point to say, I haven't physically touched or done things like this to actual people. I just watch or look at it. Ethical. Ethical, right, guys? Not creepy at all. Shouldn't be. He should be allowed to continue teaching, correct? No. No. You just openly admitted to committing a crime against children. And having that shit on your computer is more than likely. You should be tarred and feathered and hung in the college square. Period.
Because I didn't want to go on a spiritual journey. That has nothing to do with macroeconomics. The student continued in the next affidavit. So it was super weird. And I just didn't feel it was an appropriate thing to do in his macroeconomics class. And another complaint, the student said the professor never stated the exact ages of the minors in the photographs, nor did he say when he was viewing or when the viewing had occurred, or whether any action had been taken against him for doing so. Simply fucking amazing. What compels somebody to do that? Why would he decide suddenly in front of why macroeconomics? Why your college students? Why would you decide that that's the moment you're going to take? That's when you're going to reach out and grab that ring.
Exactly, Frozen. He should never be allowed around children. He should never get to teach again. And, I mean, I know lefties want to make it a sexual orientation these days. But he should go the way of men converting to women and have his dick chopped off. Yep, lop that shit right off. Let's go back to the olden days where you fuck with kids. You do these sicko shits. I feel betrayed. I apologize for the actions of fellow sickos. Well, those are real sickos, all right? But just castrate the motherfucker. Castrate him.
They just bring people on a spiritual journey. A spiritual journey into child pornography. I want to share my filth with you. I also like God, I wish I had his name. I'm sure I could find it if I dug around, because I want to see what his Rate My Professor rating is. Like, positives, grades fairly, gives extra credit, lenient about late homework. Negatives, negatives would be
Fast forward halfway through for Notre Dame Cathedral art donation from Chicago.
Oh. So Chicago donated as well. Hold on. Let's finish up this and we'll jump into that. There's about a minute left of this and then we'll jump back into that.
Addicted to child pornography, interrupts class to take us on spiritual journeys about child fucking. Might be a bit of a strike against him on that rating system, I'm going to imagine. Think about it. You pay $20,000 a year to go to some fancy fucking college, to go to a university, even if it's a smaller one. And some dude in your macro course just starts talking about shit that has nothing to do with macroeconomics. Not a thing in the fucking world. I don't know. Somebody said, do you think this was... I don't know what's going through his head. I can't tell you. I'm not a mind reader. Maybe he dropped acid before class and thought this was going to be a good idea. Confession is good for the soul. Maybe somebody told him that.
Jesus.
Maybe he's hanging out in the library with a philosophy professor and talking about confession, in the moral sense and the religious sense, back and forth, having their little conversation, and he took it to heart. decided to go to his macro class and just lay it out for everybody. I love the phrasing of it.
So, yes, Utah professor openly admits to viewing child porn to his class, and then also decides to
Wake up, wake up, wake
Jesus Christ. Who? Okay. Someone's obsessed with Dr. Mumby. Mumby. Kevin be watching Dr. Mumby. So, I wonder if I mute it here. If I... hit the wrong button. All right, so it's muted. Let's see if when I open this, it mutes. Yes! Thank God. Go ahead and pause. So, halfway in. What are we talking about? Right about there? About 6 minutes?
Welcome back to Africa Watch on the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. Yo. You know, is God a woman? More importantly, is God a black woman?
No.
You know, you got to do that research. You got to start read and give you their interpretation. Got to read those scriptures, got to read those books, but those are stories for other days. So now, all these, after she painted this picture, you know, Michelangelo's masterpiece.
Hold on. I must have missed it. You got to give me the timestamp. Halfway in. What? Hold on. What?
Is it happening here as well of our people, where people are like hungering more to know who they are, why they're here?
Definitely, and it manifests in so many different ways, and even the ways in which
it
manifests sometimes might seem in contradiction.
Someone, whoever donated that, Kevin, give me the timestamp. Give me the timestamp. I want to be fair since you sent it and play it, and so I just need the timestamp because I don't see anything in relation to Chicago or donations in these rough estimates. I was showing. Give me a stamp, man. Kevin, come on, brother. You gotta get me a stamp. I have no clue what I'm showing or where it's at because she's not talking about anything. Was it the black art part? This section?
They also called it a desecration of an artistic masterpiece. And, you know, it's funny because she had called her artwork the creation of God. And when you've seen me post, seen me talk Congo and all this craziness that's in a Catholic church in Ghana. Statue of like a white angel over a black devil in a Catholic church in Ghana. You've seen all that. And you see, when we started bringing those things up, what we're told by the Caucasians or the Mzungu is that, you know, God is colorless. So it doesn't matter if we paint him as white or as black. And a lot of people have actually bought into that because the situation that happened in Ghana with the, you know, you can see the poster right here with the white angel basically dressed in Roman clothes over a black devil with green wings, like his head and his, you know,
What is this showing me? What is this showing me? I don't see anything.
Point area. These things aren't by accident. You know, and a lot of these things too far. You know, and people were taking these things too far. And you saw when the Michelangelo masterpiece is pasted, you know, is painted with a black woman as God and a black woman as, you know, as the first creator or as the...
What? What? All right. New rule. We're going to have a rule for the show. Appreciate the donations. I really appreciate them. God awful. Appreciate everything you guys do for this channel. But new rule. If you're going to send me something, you send me the exact timestamp. I don't give a fuck if you donate $1,000 to me. I will not play it anymore because this doesn't make any sense to me. What does this have to do with Chicago? What does this have to do with Chicago? What does this have to do with Chicago donating? Let's replay that. Oh, the ladies donating that art. Gotcha. That's okay. Cool. Oh man, the painting is the Black Michael. Yeah, god awful. Okay, cool. Do not, will not, should not. Okay, has nothing to do with putting that up in the up in Notre Dame. Well, just in case you thought your schools were teaching your children. Why is it? What? Hold on, that's a Hangout one. Just because you thought your schools were doing right by your children. So let's take a look. Facebook is cracking down on conservative content. Many of you have complained that you never see our content. Oh, okay, that's not it. No one cares, Todd Starnes. I came across this item as I was researching my new book, Culture Jihad, How to Stop the Left from Killing a Nation. Many advanced placement students in high school across the fruited plain will be using an American history textbook that depicts President Trump as mentally ill and his supporters as racist. Wow. The textbook, published by Pearson Education, is titled By the People, A History of the United States. Why? Shut the fuck up, advertisement. The final section of the book, titled The Angry Election of 2016, is especially critical of the president. Most thought that Trump was too extreme a candidate to win the nomination, but his extremism, his anti-establishment rhetoric, and some said his not very hidden racism connected with a significant number of primary voters, the author wrote. The author goes on to describe the president's supporters as mostly older, often rural or suburban. Hold on. Can they be both? Mostly older, often rural or suburban, and overwhelmingly white. Clinton supporters feared that the election had been determined by people who were afraid of a rapidly developing ethnic diversity of the country, discomfort with their candidate's gender, and nostalgia for an earlier time in the nation's history. They also worried about the mental stability of the president-elect and the anger that he and his supporters brought to the nation. I'm not going to read his opinion because in other words, you cannot put out a piece that says in other words if you're trying to make a valid point because you're inferring thought. But the words themselves speak volume. Clinton supporters thought that they were racist. Again, these people imposing their own bullshit. And Todd, fucking lay off the ads. You don't need this many fucking ads all over your fucking website. Jesus Christ, you run a podcast. Fucking man. Pop-up ad after pop-up ad after pop-up ad. You are a fucking retard. Tara Schneider, a student at Rosemont High School in Minnesota, told Fox News she was appalled after seeing how blatantly biased the textbook was towards Trump and his voters. She said it also glossed over all the issues then Democratic presidential candidate Clinton faced during her campaign. It was really surprising to me. I really believe that learning should be objective and the students can make their own decisions based on what they're able to learn in a classroom. And if the facts are skewed, then students aren't able to make well-rounded decisions on what they believe. A Pearson spokesperson defended the textbook, pointing out the book underwent rigorous peer review to ensure academic integrity. Now, who were those peers? Were they all biased into one side? That's what it seems like. This work is designed to convey college-level information to high school students and meet specific AP standards. It aims to promote debate and critical thinking by presenting multiple sides of historical issues and offering a broad survey of arguments from the presidential election and other recent topics. We have reviewed the passages in question independently in the context of the rest of the book This review has confirmed that the text offers a broad view of critical arguments from both sides. Now, could it? It could. People on both sides like to scoop things. Now, who knows? I haven't read it. But if it only says these things as what people felt, and this person's not conveying what people said about Clinton, then again, a student who read it said that it's pretty biased. You might want to take a second look at it, Pearson. Let's be clear, this is an overt political propaganda being scooped into the most capable students' minds under the guise of education. Even if they don't accept its messages entirely, studying this wastes times that young people deserve to be spending getting actually educated, she wrote. Joy Pullman, the writer of the Federalist, or at the Federalist. But yeah, so you're already starting to see bias in textbooks potentially, and they shift. If they're going to be adding shit like that, they're just, oh man. It's getting to the extreme where no matter what your stance is, you can't force your bullshit and your opinions as a academic writer on people. It's fucking out of hand. Now, CBS is pushing their own bullshit. This is slightly older. I've had it up on my screen for fucking, I don't know, 2 weeks now. Now, if you guys haven't seen it yet, CBS is doing their own thing. Now, we have to fight and resist, okay, guys? That's what CBS is telling us.
Is it all right to hit a Nazi unprovoked? I was always taught to never throw the first punch, never instigate, defend but don't attack. But then I saw a video of the white nationalist Richard Spencer being punched in the face during an interview, and I realized Spencer was in a pressed suit, wearing a tie, being interviewed like his...
Now, this is for a TV show. This is a TV show, mind you. This is the trailer for a TV show.
His opinion mattered, like he should be considered part of the conversation, like neo-Nazism was just one political point of view. And then I realized there's no better way to show some speech is not equal.
All speech is equal, my friend. CBS. Oh, CBS used to be the channel of old people. Used to be the channel of old people. Old people. You think old people, boomers, their parents want this shit in their lineup? Look at him just standing there. Well, look at him standing there and saying wrong speech.
Some speech requires a more visceral response.
No. This kind of shit. This right here. I mean, if we're gonna get down to it, what is freedom of speech? It's the right to say whatever the hell you want, as long as you're not invoking violence. Now, could you argue that this trailer is attempting to invoke violence on people deemed quote unquote Nazis? Potentially. Because what is a Nazi these days? I don't know. I've been called a Nazi because I fucking argue center-right points. But, everyone with white skin, of European descent, even white skin of Hispanic descent, is now a Nazi, guys. Sicko's been called a Nazi. He's Hispandex. But you can punch us now.
It's like Overton's window. That's the term from which ideas are tolerated in public discourse. Well, Overton's window doesn't mean shit unless it comes with some enforcement. So yeah, this is enforcement. It's time to punch a few Nazis.
That's right. CBS used to be the home of ancient old people, now woke as fuck. The Good Fight, guys. Because a TV show I don't fucking know. It's getting out of fucking hand. All this shit is getting out of hand. Exactly. Hate crimes against white people are okay. Punch anyone that you think is a Nazi, guys. Because of my victim. Because they might be saying something you don't like, hey, do better. Hey, you're as equal as you're gonna get. Put in the work, motherfucker. Ooh. Why is this country so fucking stupid? Oh yeah. The Good Fight, guys. A good fight.
Hashtag Euro-American phobia I not see.
I'm seriously so fucking tired of all this shit. Why? Why must we move to this point? Like, not everything has to be about skin. Not everything a person says that you don't like is hate speech. There is no such thing as hate speech. Our own courts have ruled it. If you want to think otherwise, so be it. But that's the benefit of freedom of speech. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I just have to deal with the consequences. If the consequence is me getting punched in the face for speech and non-calls to violence, so be it. Your ass is going to go to jail for assault. Now you have to live with the consequences of your actions. Just like if I say something you don't like and you punch me, I'm not doing anything in the wrong. If I'm inciting violence, then you got me. But we as a society and American people and international people who may watch this show need to realize that this is the kind of shit they're trying to spew to the lefties and the younger kids. This is the kind of shit they're trying to justify and make okay. If you think that everything's just going to end up changing on its own and being okay, you're sadly mistaken. If you can get banned from a place like Twitter for, I don't know, having Christian beliefs, for having conservative beliefs, and then you see media, legacy media, coming out with shit like this, nothing's going to be okay. Definitely. Subscribe to Blues Dolls and Locomotive Breath. The problem is, without talking about it, without pointing out how stupid these things are, nothing will change. No one's going to see it. Share this shit. You don't have to be fucking... If you're a human, just wants people to not deal with this fucking stupidity, maybe. All you got to do is say, you know what? I know I'm black. I know I'm white. I know I'm brown. I know I'm fucking yellow. Whatever. But I don't agree with this. Stand up for it and get fucking frustrated because it's getting old. I am getting so tired of the fact that I'm a white dude. I can't fucking have an opinion. I'm sure that if you're light-skinned or you're Asian, you don't get an opinion either. You know why? Because you look too much like us. And they don't like that because you're part of the problem. So, on that note, guys, we're going to shut it down for the day. I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to go play some ESO later tonight and maybe, I don't know, Dungeons and Dragons, nerd out. I was thinking about doing a Dungeons and Dragons stream because it's like playing a video game, but with a table. I mean, it's pretty fun. But yeah, so what I think we should do is stand up for ourselves, point out their stupidity, and just continue to call them out because we don't want to be the violent ones. They're the violent ones, and they just keep pushing further and further to that. Anyways, guys, if you need anything from Target, yes, I'm going to shill. If you need anything from Target, link down below. It is my affiliate link. You can basically support and help out by buying through the link. I know it's not Amazon, but I know it's Target, whatever. Target works. Also, you need a new battery case. Number one battery case provider is teamed up with myself, tinyurl.com/AGluck. You can go there. They have a bunch of discounted items right now. They have cases for your iPhones, Androids, etc. that have a battery pack in them. So you can double down your battery power as well as for streamers, whatever. For those IRL guys, because we know how that works, you can boost your phone. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate all the support. And on your way out, if you're new here, throw a like on the channel. If you're like Dagestani and you get told to like things, you automatically dislike them, do it. I appreciate the interaction. Yes, to Dagestani, I will send you pics of someone's dick. Okay? Dagestani's over here begging for dick pics. We're going to get him some random ass dude's dick. We're going to send him like a big black dude. Your fantasies. It's like, we got you, buddy. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you go over, subscribe to Blues Dolls and all these other amazing creators who are a part of this community, as well as, don't forget, ROTC starts, 5 minutes from now. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I will see you guys tomorrow.